Hello and welcome to BAFTA. Tonight we're recording a special edition of Business World from the TVE Global Sustainability Film Awards. They recognise corporate engagement with the whole area of sustainability. Propeller TV is the broadcast partner for this year's event, and tonight I'm delighted to say that we're making our own award recognising innovation. I'm Nick Wood and this is Business World. Our Propeller TV team will bring you every stage of this evening's event from the most glittering of venues in the heart of London's West End. You'll meet the people in TVE whose passion led to this exciting initiative, as well as the companies and filmmakers who share that vision and entered the annual competition.
Today's rewards are more than just shining trophies. The aim is to raise awareness and continue the debate and dialogue about business and environment, asking what companies can do to reduce the negative impact of business on the world in which they trade.
Well, I'm from EDF Energy and we've submitted 2 films for awards tonight.
I'm in company with my husband, who is in German TV, ZDF, and has a film here in competition. I came here to support Ranjit Baxi from J&H Sales.
Sustainability is something we really need to be concerned about these days in a changing climate, and we need to reduce carbon emission.
Just showing what sustainability means to us and how we want to try and help young people understand more about it.
We made some films for children about sustainability, which we've entered, so yeah, we just come here to see what happens.
2013 is only the second year of Global Sustainability Film Awards. Last year's event had some stunning entries that raised the bar for this year's competition. Here's some selection from last year's competition.
Aquí es la montaña de todo lo que tenemos en nuestra comunidad. Aquí estoy yo y es lo que hay en las montañas.
Aquí la comunidad La Fortaleza está como una comunidad, como guardabosques. ¿Para qué? Para que si venía gente de otro lado o viene gente de otro lado, no dejar que entren a talar o a destruir o X cosas. Ahorita estamos teniendo beneficios nosotros, así el día de mañana también nuestros hijos.
আমি বাঁধন ফারিস নিটিং অ্যান্ড ডাইং ইন্ডাস্ট্রিজ লিমিটেডে গত 1 বছর ধরে সুইং অপারেটর হিসেবে নিয়োজিত আছি। আমার বাসা এখান থেকে 10 মিনিট দূরত্ব। এখানে আমি এবং আমার হাজব্যান্ড এবং আমার বাচ্চা। এই জায়গাটা লাঞ্চ পরে এসে আমরা বসি, ঘন সবুজ অনেক ভালো লাগে, যেটা অন্যান্য ফ্যাক্টরিতে পাওয়া যায় না। আর বিশেষ করে মনের সব অশান্তি দূর হয়ে যায়, বিশেষ করে আমার। আর প্রতিনিয়ত এখানে বসেই আমি চিন্তা করি আমার ভবিষ্যৎ পরিকল্পনা।
Un trato, es decir, en donde pueden de alguna manera superarse, ayudarles a ser mejores personas, a ser mejores ciudadanos, a ser mejores padres de familia y a ser mejores trabajadores, ¿no?
Muchas empresas hablan de sustentabilidad, pero muy pocas están vinculadas con los bosques.
La comunidad en la que nos encontramos espera de nosotros que seamos buenos ciudadanos y tomar en cuenta las grandes causas nacionales, causas de la comunidad.
وأنا في 30 من عمري وعندي 7 أطفال، وأغلب الرجال عندنا يشوف أن المرأة ما ينبغي أن تعمل بحسب العادات والتقاليد، لكن زوجي شجعني للعمل في هذا المجال الخاص بالمبيعات في قسم الجوهرة بفودافون. أقدر أوفرها لهم من قبل بالإضافة أني قدرت أكمل دراستي وأخذ الشهادة اللي أهلتني لدخول المعاهد الخاصة دراسة الأعمال. وكان أكثر شيء مهم بالنسبة لي وحصول عيالي على التعليم المناسب اللي يأهلهم لاتخاذ القرارات المناسبة لهم واللي يحدد مستقبلهم.
Hi, I'm Breeze. I'm having a whoosh through the Queen Elizabeth Olympic Park, site of the famous London 2012 Olympic and Paralympic Games. Have a look. Isn't it great?
I'm Rick. Me and my mates have been here since the year dot. I tell you, we thought our time was up when Atkins' remediation team started the big clean-up. 200 buildings to flatten and many of them derelict. But you got to hand it to them. 98% of the rubble got recycled.
We've always regarded the London office as a curatable space.
We like to support emerging artists.
The UK has this fantastic talent coming out of design colleges, so in a sense it's all on our doorstep here.
For the last 10 years we've been working with artists and organisations
to produce a programme where we commissioned young up-and-coming designers to create installations around the office, responding to the spaces that we have, using, this is the sort of twist to it, the waste that Bloomberg generates.
I'm wearing Chinese Chongshan today, and also I made a stunning fan by an old newspaper. Because in China, if you wear Chongshan, you should have a glamour fan. With my Chinese low-carbon heart, let's go and meet the winner, the runners up of the awards.
Tonight's the culmination of a year's work since our first TV Global Sustainability Film Awards, and it's all about allowing companies around the world to showcase the sustainability work that they are doing through film, because we think it's really important that companies are able to showcase what they're doing and share their innovative ideas, and therefore to inspire change with their peers.
And so to the main event, the 2013 TVE Global Sustainability Film Awards ceremony in the BAFTA Princess Anne Theatre.
Well, it's a great pleasure to welcome you all here tonight on this, our second TVE Global Sustainability Film Awards night. Tonight, you see the culmination of a year-long awards programme, bringing together partners, film entrants, an expert judging panel, volunteers and supporters. I can genuinely say that the hard work has been worth the effort, and I hope that before the evening is over, you, our partners, our film entrants and our supporters will feel the same. But before we begin the main proceedings for the evening, I would like to introduce you to a bright and young talent. Annalise has been singing since she was 3 years old. Her potential was spotted early and she was awarded a scholarship to complete her musical training at one of Wales's top cathedral schools of music. Tonight, she is singing especially for us. Would you please welcome Annalise.
Oh,
Now, some of you here will be familiar with the work of TVE and the astonishing range of projects and films we are involved in. But to give you a little more insight, please welcome TVE's Executive Director, Cheryl Campbell.
Thank you, Rita. And first of all, I would like to add my very warm welcome to you all, and thank you for taking the time to be here this evening. It's exciting to be standing here again just 1 year on for the second TVE Global Sustainability Film Awards. It's even more exciting that the ideas, solutions and debate around sustainability that our winning films focus on will reach a global audience this year thanks to our partnership with Propeller TV. Because that's what these awards are all about, using the power of film to inspire change towards a greener, fairer world. TVE has been inspiring change for 29 years now. We're a not-for-profit, and we work with like-minded partners around the world to produce films about the environment and development, and then to ensure that those films reach as many people as possible. Last year, all our outreach work resulted in some quite staggering figures. TVE programmes and documentaries received 493 broadcasts around the world on 75 television channels. But we are also well aware that an increasing number of people are not watching films on traditional television anymore. They're accessing content online and, crucially, on mobile devices all around the world. And now let me introduce you to TVE and some of our wonderful partners through a short film.
Hi, I'm a tree.
TV is very, very influential, small is beautiful, and their impact worldwide is enormous.
They plant a seed in the minds of people living on the fringe, inspiring them to create a change for their communities and their own lives.
TVE offers our African audiences content that is inspiring, that is innovative in terms of development and the environment.
It's an opportunity to open a new window to look at our planet and listen to real voices.
Ya tienes que acostumbrarte a vivir con los animales, no pasa nada con las culebras. 就有句话说嘛，什么如果我们破坏大自然，就大自然会来消灭我们。
I was very shocked. Is this a game that disabled can play?
Tại sao mình không tận dụng thời gian bây giờ để mình làm những cái hoạt động như thế này?
Right now we are in Dandora, Hip Hop City. At the background is the biggest dumping site in Africa.
They give filmmakers and people affected on the ground a chance to tell their stories in their way so that they can create positive change.
And go. Hey everyone, do you know anything about biodiversity? No.
What does the future have in store for this younger generation?
Hi. I eat football, I sleep football.
Films are an engaging way of sharing how we can protect the planet.
You know, what's going on up here? Why is the ice melting as fast as it is?
And I'm now delighted to welcome TV's chair and one of our founding trustees, Richard Creasy.
Thank you, Cheryl. To us, film is a big thing. It's the most important media, whether it doesn't matter how it's distributed, it's something which we all look, the new audiovisual world. And so we decided that we wanted to set up these awards in order to enable and inspire other companies so that they could actually come up with audiovisual work. And that's why I'm saying thank you to you, because I'm speaking to the converted. You're the people who've done it. So a very, very big thank you from all of us for doing what we want and for working with us in Inspiring Change. And I look forward enormously to working with you in the future. So a huge thank you. We need business to start to make changes. And today, what we're doing, I hope, is inspiring business to get involved in that and to show themselves and others what they're doing. And that's the key importance. The second thank you is to Serena Narula, because it was her that inspired these awards. On this occasion, I'm delighted to say that we can say thank you with an action, because actions speak louder than words. So Serena, can you come up on the stage?
Thank you, Richard, for this award. I'm truly honored. I'm delighted to be present at the second year of these awards. I had hoped that this would become an annual event and be an example of sustainability.
Well, I can certainly say that Serena's drive and ambition for the Global Sustainability Film Awards was the impetus to make this year's event even bigger and better than it was last year, a pretty tall order. This year, however, TVE's media partnership with a London and China-based television company has played a major role in shaping what you will see tonight. We are delighted to have as our partner for the awards this year, Propeller TV, and so to the films themselves. This year we've been thrilled by the sheer variety and range of topics addressed by our entries, something which was picked up by our expert panel of judges, who truly are an impressive group, some of them here tonight. They are Paul Brett from Prescience Films. Paul, famous, amongst others, for such global hits as The King's Speech. Paul very kindly chaired our judging panel a few weeks ago to decide on tonight's winning entries. We're also delighted to have on our panel Barbara Crowther, Director of Policy and Public Affairs from the Fair Trade Foundation. Victoria Brooks, also here tonight, a sustainability communications strategist working with some of the world's most famous global brands. Greg Armfield from WWF, themselves pioneers in environmental advocacy. And last but not least, Barry Ryan, Head of Programmes at Propeller TV. Please join me in applauding our judges who spent time and effort viewing all of our film entries this year.
The current trend in the UK is all about being the quintessential gent, and I'm going to be showing you the best places in London to get the look.
Yeah, I like it so much. It's brilliant.
And now finally, before we announce the winners in each of our categories, here's a little taste from Propeller TV of all the films that were entered this year.
The Environment Award aims to highlight the efforts of businesses to address the impact they are having on the environment. And like last year, competition was fierce in this category as companies tried to show that their efforts and projects were good in execution as well as intention. The nominees for 2013 were Generation Next was the target group of EDF's project The Pod, a go-to-content and character-led platform that tackled issues of waste, recycling and environmentalism through schools, with resources for teachers and calls to action for pupils.
So what you've got to sort of understand is that actually each plastic has a different use, and we've been recycling it for 20 years. In some cases, the same material time and time again. I'm going to do a plastic cup into a pencil, just to give you a scale of this. In the average office of 8 people, right, each person used 3 cups a day.
Wonder Films' Follow the Frog made the case that you don't need to be an eco-warrior and go to the ends of the earth to save the rainforests. Even the smallest and simplest efforts aren't just valid, they're valuable too.
You are a good person. You spend time with your family. You work out at the gym.
Come on, push!
You conserve water while showering. You like nice clothes. You give to charity. You recycle. You drive a Prius, but you use your bike when you can. You enjoy the occasional distraction at work. and you always send a card on Mother's Day. Always. But there's a part of you that tells yourself that you're not so good, that you could be doing more, that the world is falling apart at the seams and all you've been doing is yoga.
J&H Sales Scrap Recycled showed that even a mountain of junk could be transformed into a momentary glimpse of a world of wonder, and how recycling isn't just about reusing, it can be an art form too.
I'm sure you'll agree, a fantastic taste of some of the films that were entered this year in the environment category. To announce the winning films in this category, please welcome Jane Shields. Jane is representing Atkins, the architecture and engineering firm responsible for creating the London Olympics parks. Atkins were the winners in our environment category last year.
Highly commended in the environment category is EDF Energy with the Pod's Waste Week campaign and recycling film.
The words here on the podium, inspiring change, is really what our programme's all about. And we truly believe that the best place to start to do that is with young people. And at EDF Energy, we're determined to try and make change in the way people think about the challenges we face today and the opportunities, and also the really big challenges of the future. And hopefully, in our way, our little way, we're making a big difference. So thank you very much.
So the winner in the environment category is Wonder Films with Follow the Frog.
We're going to pretend that Cheryl is Wonder Films, and she's going to come up on stage to receive that award.
Businesses to show how they are empowering people in a proactive and positive way. The films entered in this category ask businesses to show how they connect with communities and inspire involvement. And unsurprisingly, it was the most popular category for entries. The nominees for 2013 were Reckitt Benckiser entered 3 films for the Community Investment Award based on its work with Save the Children. Healthier Kid, Happier Home showed how the company's own staff and volunteers are delivering the health and hygiene campaign in partnership with Save the Children. Global Challenge Indonesia 2013 told the inside story of a 4-day trek in Indonesia to the summit of Mount Rinjani. The goal? To build 2 health clinics in Bandung, West Java. The Global Challenge 2013 Indonesia film is the employees' own record of their work.
Just made it not only to the top of that mountain back there that you can't see, but all the way down to the valley and all the way back up.
There are no words to describe what we feel right now. 3,700 meters.
The third and final entry from Reckitt Benckiser was a film created for its employees to help motivate their involvement in a massive rollout of products which enables Save the Children to tackle the diarrhea epidemics which are responsible for so many child deaths in the developing world.
Reckitt Benckiser has a new vision and purpose to provide innovative solutions
for healthier lives and happier homes. We want to direct our efforts in finding solutions so that we can prevent one of the largest and most preventable causes of children dying under the age of 5, which is diarrhea. Reckitt Benckiser wants to make a contribution in this direction, and we believe our work with Save the Children will allow us to do that.
Screw business as usual is something we all want to say, probably every day, but that's also the title of the entry from Cool Schools to show their work in using fair trade cotton and ethical practices in the manufacture of school uniforms, so effectively saying screw the sweatshops at the same time.
Hi, and welcome to the world of Cool Schools. My name's Andy Ashcroft, and I'm one half of an exciting new business partnership designed to bring in a totally ethical manufacturing chain, high quality, price competitive, fair trade cotton garments to the UK market, to schools, to corporates and to charities. Come, join me and let's go straight now and meet the people in the factory that cut the cloth that make these Cool Schools fair trade cotton garments.
Even financial high flyers need to let off steam, and that's what ICAP's entire staff do once a year on the ICAP Charity Day, when all global revenues and commissions are donated to a variety of charities and good causes, and for one day only they have the most high-profile traders manning the phones.
They've been doing this for 20 years and really making this commitment to change people's lives.
What an achievement. All this money over so many years. In the 20 years, they will have raised £100 million for charity.
Obviously, I had no idea what I was doing.
I had no idea what I traded.
Who knows what I was
buying or selling?
Sold some French gas. I made money, apparently.
I think I beat the Countess of Wessex. Let's trade.
It stands to reason that if you're a $39 billion US corporation with investments in steel, energy and infrastructure, that it will be kind of appropriate to also have a corporate responsibility wing. And so Minted SR indeed has the SR Foundation that reaches out to over 500 villages across India with initiatives in health, education, livelihoods and entrepreneurship.
मैंने अपने दिमाग से सिलाई सीखा, शॉप अकेली चलाती हूँ, फिर मैंने गाड़ी सीखा, सब कुछ मेरे को आ गया, अपने अकेले ही सब कुछ मैंने किया।
इतने सालों में बहुत कुछ पाया है तो सिर्फ मेरे बाल।
Lake Tanganyika is the world's longest lake at 415 miles. In the villages and settlements along its banks, maternal health care is non-existent because of extreme poverty, inaccessible roads, and a childbearing population that starts in its teens. The Lake Tanganyika Reproductive Health Outreach Project brought the "why hadn't anyone thought of that before" simple and practical approach to a unique community project.
We decided that we would treat obstetric fistula, which is a specialty problem, but also very, very common in the basin.
Niko na miaka 20, banifanya cesarienne mwezi wa 8, mtoto nzara mwengufu. Niko tu paka vile mgonjwa. Hivi napenda baniopere nipone.
You know, our patients felt good about their experience, and I think for this particular type of injury, that's very important.
Nishafurahi.
Pride is a word that bursts with community potential. The Foundation for Life is a pride in who you are and where you are from. Taking a full-bodied approach to pride in its identity is Citrustal Wines, whose entry was Building Pride. This South African winery targets principled buyers to buy their fair trade labelled wines and tells its story eloquently through the employees who produce it. Fair price, fair trade, fair enough.
Nee, fair trade is vir my baie, beteken vir my baie want dit is gaan ons meer oor billike handel, oor hoe ons hulle vir ons help met premiefondse wat die gemeenskap ontvang en dit help ons nogal baie om sekere dinge te doen wat ons nooit kan gedoen het nie. Ons het 'n community hall in 2008 gebou. Ons is van van 2003 af in die Fairtrade. Ons hou sangaande in ons gemeenskapsaal, ons hou kerk in ons gemeenskapsaal. Ons hou ook bruilofte in ons gemeenskapsaal.
And last, but by no means least, Project Asher chronicled the work of Siemens as it joined hands with Aroihan, a non-governmental organisation, to bring basic amenities through an integrated and holistic approach to the people of Amla, a remote tribal village in Maharashtra, Western India.
आज आमच्या गावामध्ये पहिली बार स्वच्छ पाणी प्यायला मिळाले. गावामध्ये महिला स्वस्त लहान मुलांना जन्म देतात. आता आमच्या गावामध्ये गरीब मुले तरी चांगलं शिक्षण घेऊन पुढे शाळा सोडणार नाही.
Well, as you can see, again, a fantastic set of films that really we were just absolutely delighted to have entered this year. Now, to present the Community Investment Award, please welcome the manager of the company who's donated most of the glittering trophies you see on stage tonight, Mr. Wayne Brooks from thebigtrophyshop.co.uk.
Highly commended in the Community Investment category is SR with Growth in Unison.
We are, again, expecting Mr. Sanjay Mehta, but he's obviously not arrived yet. So what I'm going to ask for is that Richard comes up to receive that trophy, please. Thank you.
And the second film to be highly commended in this category is Siemens India with Project Asher.
I'm very proud to collect this award on behalf of my colleagues in Siemens India. I know they'll be delighted, and I can't wait to pack up this wonderful award and send it off to India. So thank you very much, TVE. Thank you. I haven't been to a film awards totally about sustainability, so I think it's a great initiative, and maybe Siemens UK can enter something next year. Perhaps we should aspire to win an award in the next time around.
And the winner in the Community Investment category is Reed Dillon Limited with Lake Tanganyika Floating Health Clinic.
Thank you very much indeed. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name's John Reed from Reed Dillon, but far more importantly, to my left here is Dr. Amy Lehman, who's the inspirational founder and president of the Lake Tanganyika Floating Health Clinic. Bit of a mouthful, but an incredible organisation.
Thanks very much. I'm honored that the film won. We've always thought that it was really important to create film and media so that people could understand what we were trying to do in a part of the world that is very little understood. And I don't think that anything is more powerful than images of meeting people and seeing the place with your own eyes. Lake Tanganyika is the most important body of water on the planet that no one knows anything about. It has almost 1/5 of the world's available fresh water. It is a biodiversity hotspot. It is the whole western border of Lake Tanganyika is mineral-rich eastern Congo. So when people talk about conflict minerals and things like that, this place is part of that story. And there have been newly discovered massive oil and gas deposits under Lake Tanganyika. So I sometimes joke and say I'm the Cassandra of Lake Tanganyika, but it's true. It's a very strategic and important part of the world that affects all of us, and so I hope that you all remember that.
当说起60、70年代的英国，就无法不提及位于伦敦 SOHO 的 Carnaby Street。在那里，音乐和时尚的猛烈撞击，至今仍吸引着无数艺术家和潮人们。 轮经典，新锐品牌，独立书店。本期 UK Lifestyler 就带你一起走遍 Carnaby Street， 穿越时空，回到那个热情洋溢的年代。
The Inspiring Good Governance Award aims to reward those businesses that are looking at the issues of sustainability in a holistic way. Companies that understand not just the hows and whys, but also the how-tos, and are leading the way with innovative and mould-breaking solutions. The nominees for 2013 were A World Without Chocolate. Now, that's an unthinkable prospect, and so to renowned fine chocolate manufacturer Max Felchin's film, which shows us how these Swiss chocolatiers are paving the way for the future world of chocolate production that is both plentiful and sustainable. By now, we've realised that while a nice idea, there aren't any superheroes ready to save the world from an impending overheated doom. ZDF's World Saviours looks to the new evangelists for inspiration on what the Generation Nexters will champion, challenge and conquer.
They've arrived on time for the United Nations Rio +20. Thousands of young people have come to Rio. For them, it's not a matter of day-to-day politics. It's about the sellout of our future. Infinite growth on a finite planet is simply impossible. Half of all the people on the planet are under 35. They want their say. They don't want to discuss problems for decades. They want solutions. They want change.
A second entry for EDF's pod platform and its interactive content for schools, and another project aimed at harnessing the inheritors of a spoiled earth. The pod has 17,000 registered schools, all receiving practical learning tools to assist understanding energy, science and sustainability.
It's BAFTA and home with the recycling song, and everyone can join in too. That means you.
Hello, my name is Mark Toplow. I'm an Eco Schools Assessor. I'm here today at Burnwood Community Primary School.
This is our flag, and all this here is our awards. We're the only school in Stoke-on-Trent with Bronze Award.
Brilliant.
For Food of Life.
Oh, fantastic.
Hospitals are hotbeds in more ways than one. Here's what happens when a film production company and a bunch of research scientists get together to document how many NHS buildings are thermal pressure cookers, and to examine the refurbishment options against or new build.
Sadly, the mortality rate rises very rapidly as the numbers of over-hot days start to increase.
Refurbishment is more important than ever in making the best use of the money that the National Health Service has got to improve the buildings that it's got, both so that they are more resilient, but also so that they use less energy.
If we do sustainable development well within the NHS, we will help improve the health of our population.
The second entry by Wonder Films is Coexist Uganda Coffee, a product that is aimed at breaking the cycle of conflict by being farmed by Christian, Muslim and Jewish farmers who work together to produce organic coffee.
They have worked hard to produce a truly delicious coffee. It's organic, naturally processed, environmentally sustainable, and made to fair trade standards. Unified by working together, the communities built schools where Jewish, Christian, and Muslim children could learn together, creating a new generation free from prejudice, hate, and conflict.
The more coffee the cooperative will sell, that will mean more students in the school.
Every bag of Coexist coffee that you buy provides everything a child needs for 1 week of education. Every sip changes the world. What are you doing with your sip?
Now, to announce the finalists in this category, please welcome Lord Michael Hastings, Global Head of Corporate Citizenship at KPMG and a keen supporter of these awards.
Fantastic, great films. So let's see who is highly commended first of all. So highly commended in the good governance category is Wonder Films with Coexist Uganda Coffee.
Cheryl, could you please come up? Thank you.
And the winner in the Inspiring Good Governance category is Screen Space Production Short Architects with Robust Hospitals in a Changing Climate.
You know, after a sort of career of sort of 20 years of being involved in public engagement films, I'm kind of humbled that, you know, our work has been recognised by TV and Propeller, and I'd like to thank Rita and Cheryl and Richard for this award.
I'm amazed that not more academic researchers use the medium of film. You know, my institution, you know, a lot of very grand old men in my institution are very, very sceptical about this, but it has been quite fantastically effective, and for us now it's a major tool. And the other thing to say is that the ideas that we've had for adapting the biggest estate of buildings under common ownership in the world, we understand, are actually going to start taking effect. Government is very interested in this, and ministers are going to make an exciting announcement next month. And I'm sure I shouldn't say any more about it.
As academics, we spend a lot of time writing academic papers about our work, but of course, generally speaking, politicians and senior figures in the NHS would not read academic papers, but making a film about it takes our work forward into their domain in a way that they can understand the impact.
I'm humbled and I'm delighted to win in this category, and for me as a filmmaker it always is so important not only to produce beautiful imagery and beautiful images, but also to have important content.
I'm just going to ask Michael to come back up to the microphone to just speak a little bit about why we think that the Inspiring Good Governance Award category is a really important award.
The one thing that is very challenging about continuing to support development everywhere in the world are the critics who frequently point out, why should we when they don't? And that is a very interesting and serious issue. It's not just a plague of questions around Africa, it's a plague of questions around India as much as it is around Mexico, and on you go. How do we respond to all of that? Well, it's not about taking the wealth away from those who make it effectively, ethically, and efficiently. But it is also about developing a culture of open, effective, and transparent governance. It is about recognizing that this is a series of shared responsibilities in our planet, and that good governance is not just a tedious process of ensuring that we tick the right boxes, but it is a way of making sure that there is sufficient transparency of where resources are paid and who they are paid to, how they are received, that tax is appropriate for the cultures in which revenues are grown, and that we support the indigenous cultures where people need the greatest help and support. Of course, obviously, from a firm like KPMG, we'd have to believe in good governance. It's fundamental to our principles of ethical leadership, but also due diligence. It's hugely important for embedding security into markets. But it's going beyond that. It's also about making sure that those who are in receipt of resources genuinely feel that where they've received it from is also part of an ethical supply. And that what is done with that money is about the generation of their long-term sustainable livelihoods. And that too requires an ethical and robust and transparent approach. So I think this award is important for continuing to underbed the fact that if we can cap the abuse of unnecessary resource flows out of the poorest communities in the world by embedding good governance principles and processes and raising the bar of expectation, will serve the poor better. Thank you.
As we've already mentioned this evening, this year we've been able to build the TVE Global Sustainability Film Award platform exponentially, largely due to our hugely exciting media partnership with Propeller TV, who from its London and Chinese bases is uniquely placed to spread our clean, green, dream business message around the globe. And here's what Propeller have to say about themselves.
Propeller is the premium broadcast channel for the international Chinese community, a bilingual, binational channel that broadcasts to millions via the Sky TV platform and our own dedicated IPTV platform in China. Broadcasting on Sky Channel 189, Propeller TV is an entertainment channel like no other, a rich mix of original programming across the week, incorporating business, entertainment, lifestyle, travel and documentary, alongside key acquisitions and programs from China.
Propeller is international in our outlook and global in our business relationships, and that is why TVE is a good partnership for us.
We're a small channel, but our ambition and our reach is big. Therefore, we are perfectly placed to engage ourselves with big questions, and TVE is, as a partnership, is taking us to the heart of those very questions via the Global Sustainability Film Awards.
Not just a broadcaster, Propeller is a production company that provides a launchpad for young talent, mentored and managed by leading professionals from the UK broadcast landscape.
Propeller has grown in 2013. We are a general entertainment channel, and it is important for us to continue to be a channel that has a wide portfolio and to always be open to new types of programs and events.
Propeller's global footprint is growing, and the broadcast partnership with TVE is a key part of a strategic plan. Propeller is proud to be part of the TVE campaign for global sustainability and to be the broadcast partner.
作为 TVE 的官方媒体合作伙伴，普罗派勒愿和所有企业与组织一起，为环境保护和全球可持续发展尽一份力。
Fantastic advert, guys. Okay, as evidence of their commitment, Propeller are this year presenting their own award here at the TVE Global Sustainability Film Awards. And to present it this evening, it is my very great pleasure to welcome onto the BAFTA stage Propeller's Managing Director, Andy Ye, and its Head of Programmes, Barry Ryan.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you, TVE, for allowing us to be part of something that is not only uniquely exciting, it's also very valuable too. When we were invited to become part of the Global Sustainability Film Awards, we thought it was absolutely vital to feed into it into a meaningful way, and that's why we decided to give a special award for innovation. And the winner of the first Propeller Award for Innovation goes to J&H Sales for Scrap Recycled.
Friends, this is really special. I'm in recycling business now for 35 years. And China is my biggest major trading partner. To receive an award from Propeller TV, Andy, really makes me feel proud. It's not only for me, this is an award for the environmental fraternity. I'm in this business 35 years, as I said. Three things I think are very important a very important milestone in making this planet greener, in making this planet safer for the next generation. One is sustainability, second is promoting recycling for better environment, and third is the work of CSR, what this team is doing. Just to touch on environmental recycling, the total amount of greenhouse gas emission that recycling industry is saving around the world is equal to the pollution the airlines of the world are bringing to us. So can you imagine, if we were not recycling, we would be doubly polluting this planet of ours. So I'm really thankful to TV. Cheryl, thank you very much. Richard, our chairman, thank you very much. Andy, thanks a lot. Thank you very much. And please, all of you are green ambassadors in some shape or form. So please, this is to you all, environmental friends. God bless. Thank you very much.
We have been delighted with the variety and quality of the films that have been submitted overall this year. And this has been judged not on how beautifully they've been filmed, although some of the entries certainly were, but on our entrants' commitment to doing business and doing good. In just a few short moments, I'm going to hand over to our keynote speaker for the evening, Mr. Ivo de Boer, who will be looking at this central theme. But before he does, I'm going to invite him to present our last award for the evening, the TVE Award for Best Film Overall 2013. Please welcome to the stage KPMG's Global Advisor for Climate Change and Sustainability, Mr. Ivo de Boer.
All right, the best overall film in the Global Sustainability Film Awards 2013 is Reed Dillon Limited with Lake Tanganyika Floating Health Clinic. Congratulations.
If anyone was scratching their head wondering what I was on about with Lake Tanganyika and where it is exactly, you don't have to wait to Google it when you get home, because there is a full scale, well not quite full scale, but a backload of a map on, there is a full scale, on Amy's back. Tattooed is the whole map there. So anyone who's interested afterwards and wants to see the map, you don't have to wait. It's there to be seen.
Thanks so much again. I'm really surprised, and I'm so thrilled that this film was so well received. The women that we treated have been given new lives, and it's really profound to see how small interventions, leading to larger and larger interventions, are having positive effects on, hundreds of thousands of people already in the Lake Tanganyika Basin, and we hope that we can keep doing more. So, thanks again.
What a fantastic achievement for Reed Dillon and the Lake Tanganyika Floating Health Clinic. Very well done. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I would like you to take a moment to settle and prepare yourselves for our keynote speaker tonight, a former United Nations advisor on climate change and a renowned thought leader and campaigner who has flown in from the Netherlands, especially to speak to us this evening. I'm honoured to present to you once more Mr. Ivo de Boer.
And this evening is all about what does sustainability mean for the business community. I think that means growing beyond corporate social responsibility as the way in which you interact with communities, towards really taking sustainability into the heart of your corporate strategy. Now, what does that actually mean? For me, that means three things. For me, that means, first of all, thinking about how acting on sustainability can help you to grow in a more responsible way by putting new products and services that are sustainable into the market. Companies like Philips, which see the green part of their business growing and developing, companies which no longer formulate their mission in terms of producing X number of televisions or hairdryers, but in terms of touching 1 billion lives. So how can, from a corporate perspective, sustainability contribute to growth? Secondly, how can you as business people, or how can business leaders contribute to sustainability, change their business models by looking at the relationship between sustainability and cost? What can you do to use less energy, to use less water, to manage your supply chain better? In other words, how can you enhance the efficiency of your operations while at the same time making your company more sustainable? And thirdly, what is the relationship, what is the growing relationship between sustainability and the value of your brand? If you treat your workers badly, you will not be respected by consumers around the world. And companies are beginning to recognize that. Interestingly, we're seeing now in the Dow Jones Sustainability Index that companies that are responsible global citizens are outperforming others in terms of share value because of that performance. So I think altogether, business is at the beginning of a very important value journey, building on a strong foundation of corporate social responsibility, caring for the people around you, to a much more holistic process of trying to integrate sustainability into your business strategy, into your raison d'etre, through growth, through cost, and through recognition of the value of your brand. That, I think, is part of the very significant journey that we're on, to really take sustainability into the core of what business is about. We've seen many examples of that in the snippets of film, can I still call it film, that we've seen this evening, expressions of how companies from around the world are recognizing that they can put different products into the market, that there is no such thing as waste, and that how you interact with your workers and your communities is incredibly important. So for that reason, I would like to applaud TVE and your partners for having undertaken this incredibly important communication activities. But above all, I would like to applaud all of you in the room who are actually giving TVE something to film. So thank you.
With the awards awarded and the winners applauded, it was time for everyone to enjoy dinner and yet more entertainment in BAFTA's David Lean Room. And it isn't just from the fantastic event tonight, attended by all these people, that TVE makes the money for its projects and programmes. No, the people who've come along tonight have donated prizes. We've got some Dalis, we've got a Chagall, and they're all going to be auctioned off. So how did those who lent their support as artists, volunteers or organisers think the evening had gone?
I think it's a really good cause. I think the setup for tonight and all the videos that were being showed and everything, I think they're a really good way, using the media, using film. It's a really good way to get it across to the world, globally, how important environmental issues and stuff like this is. So I think it's a really good idea, and the films were just fantastic. I mean, they speak for themselves when you saw them on the screen.
It was great to actually play in this building. and to people who actually care about sustainability and the environment.
You know, it's fantastic. Any event in BAFTA is always a little bit special because it's such an amazing place, and Rita and Gail and everybody who's organised it have done such an amazing job. So yeah, everybody seems very happy. These are ESP symbols. These were actually made to test psychic ability. Now what I'm going to do is I've got a little cube here which has got all the symbols. I want you to pick any one of the symbols. Whatever one you pick, put it on top, cover it with your hand so I can't see it. Okay, I'll turn my back while you do it. Okay, go for it. Have you got one? Okay, so think about it in your head, just picture it. Okay, that's good. Right. This doesn't always work, I'll give it a shot. Do you want to lift your hand up and show us what the sign was? Okay, so you went for the star. Now, like I said, this doesn't actually work 100% of the time, but luckily it did. The star. Now, we'll do it again. So any other one. Yes, you can do it, you can do it. You done? Okay, I'm gonna lift up the signs. Just say yes to all of them. So even if it's not your sign, just say yes, yes, yes. You got it? Okay, so is this your sign? Is this your sign? Is this your sign? Oh, okay. I'm gonna say, ah, lovely. Lucky guess. Just a lucky guess. Right, thank you very much, guys. Nice to meet you both. £2,000, I'll tell you everything. That's my prize.
Wow, that's important. Yeah.
I think all of us are kind of really grateful to be here, and we're just amazed at like what these people have done, because they're all just incredible, all of the films. So I think we're all just really thankful.
I'm really interested in going into film and television, and I thought it'd be a really good opportunity to see how it all worked and look more into it.
Yeah, and I just really wanted to help out, and I volunteered because I just thought it would be a really amazing experience, and I'm really grateful for this opportunity that Rita gave me.
Yeah, I'm so thankful for this opportunity that I had tonight. Like, it's been such an amazing experience, just like learning about what these environmental films are actually promoting and things. And I think I just had such a great time tonight, and I'd love to do something like this again.
Well, what's really amazing is that after working so hard on a project, you suddenly see the end result. And the end result, I have to say, has been fantastic. We've had absolutely fantastically positive feedback about the event today. And what's really been really amazing for us is the energy that people have displayed and the positivity that they've shown, and the fact that they were so enthusiastic about the films that were shown today. And I think that's the most important thing we were really hoping for from these film awards, is to make people think a little bit about responsibility to the environment, responsibility to communities, and responsibility in inspiring others, so responsibility of leadership. And I think today we've really found that actually all the films that we showcased at these film awards has shown those things, and people have responded really fantastically, and I'm delighted.
It was absolutely great to have the passion from the winners. So many of the winners spoke, they spoke with passion, they appreciated the fact that TV is running these awards. They absolutely got it, why we want to encourage film. They themselves are already producing films, so they absolutely understood why films are important in spreading the sustainability message. Finally, it's been absolutely brilliant working with Propeller this time. It's meant that the films were able to be screened in a very exciting way. We had a great screening of the films. All the films were shown, and overall, a very successful evening.
A successful evening indeed, and as I say goodbye from Cheng, Sunny and the whole Propeller TV team and this special edition of Business World, we'll end with the film that won the Best Overall Entry in the TVE Global Sustainability Film Awards 2013.
This year we wanted to turn our attention towards treating specialized problems that required surgery. So we decided that we would treat obstetric fistula, which is a specialty problem, but also very, very common in the basin. Anderson, Vincent, and Augustine are members of our local staff who are indispensable to the work that we do in the basin. And these guys do anything and everything for the clinic.
I want to thank them for having faith in us and trusting us to try to help their problem. When women are either very young, very physically small, without prenatal care and without birth assistance, during labor, a baby can get stuck. And the baby almost invariably dies inside the mother during labor. And the pressure creates real serious internal injuries. The most common outcome of that kind of injury is that she's leaking urine and/or feces uncontrollably. It's really devastating. In this particular case, we're transporting 30 Congolese women over to the Tanzanian side of the lake, where they are meeting Tanzanian women who have the same problem, and they will all get their obstetric fistulas repaired surgically. Problem. How are our patients going to get on board? It's going to be, it's going to be challenging. Every single person on this boat right now is ready to vomit.
I'm a little bit happy. I express my happiness when I read there.
Good job.
Thank you.
Good job.
There is a woman who's sick since 1982. She's among these women that are going to get treatment. I think it's not only a big deal for us as an organization or Congo as a government that is getting its people treated, but also for these sick women.
Nakuwa miaka mbili. Siyatoka hapo kwenda kwingine. Siyatoka hapo.
Sina boka, niko tu lolote. Niko naomba tu Mungu, niko male. Niko na miaka 20, banifanya cesarienne mwezi wa 8, mtoto nzara mwengufu. Niko tu paka vile mgonjwa. Hivi napenda baniopere nipone. Tandalile yemwe, mutu tandalile, mwesu tomiloma, mutu tandalile. Ababwalo batandalila, ababwalo banabo. Yesu tomiloma mutu tandalile abachende batandalila abachende banabo
mwe Yesu tamilomba mututandalile abalosi batandalila abalosi banabo mwe Yesu tamilomba mututandalile mututandalile yemwe mututandalile mwe Yesu tamilomba mututandalile mututandalile yemwe mututandalile mwe Yesu tamilomba.
Many of these women have never been outside of their health area, much less to another country and be, far from home for a while. It's not easy.
Abalosi batandalila abalosi banabo mwe Yesu tamilomba.
We saw many complex fistula injuries. But I think that success is beyond just whether or not that operation worked. It's, did we provide the appropriate psychosocial support for these patients? Did we do community education? Did they feel like we took good care of them? And I think that, our patients felt good about their experience. And I think for this particular type of injury, that's very important.
Nishafurahi. Juu wananitumikisha nzuri operation. Nirudiemo kwetu kukwanga kwenye nitoka. Nione na wazazi wenye niliacha.
This outreach is really beginning to demonstrate what I think the Lake Tanganyika Floating Health Clinic is capable of, which is international collaboration to provide the highest quality of care for all of the communities that live around Lake Tanganyika.
Ngianza kwenda kwetu. Tasikia tena furaha sana, tena rejea mara nyingine.